Djurgarden. Welcome back to another episode of bluestv. Still very much, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and all that shit. Um, I'm having the bara on the podcast tonight. The Djurgarden. Honestly,
Djurgarden.
I find it very difficult to pronounce this name. I don't know,
Yeah,
honestly.
the D is almost silent. It's
Yeah,
Djurgarden.
yeah. So I struggle to pronounce that name, to be honest.
Mm.
So, guys, happy birthday once again to Cole Palmer. If you have not eaten chips yesterday, you are not. I am not proud of you as a proper Cole Palmer. So I don't know. I don't know about, did you eat chips last night? Yesterday.
Of course.
Yeah, man. I was just so happy for him that at least he was able to get a goal before his birthday. You can't imagine if he goes into his birthday with goal droughts.
Mm.
So I'm so much happy for him, anyways.
It's back to being cold Palmer.
Yeah, so absolutely, yeah. So let's quickly get into business. I'm quite very sure that most of people want to kind of like watch what's gonna happen between Arsenal and PSG. So
Because of the result of the first leg and the forthcoming futures, I know the not many of us would get the prediction for the starting lineup correctly.
absolutely,
I think there's going to be a lot of twerking of that.
yeah.
But Djurgarden is a club that actually needs we need to be wary of. The
Yeah.
scoreline from the first half of the match of the fixture will give us the opportunity to rest some players
Mhm.
and play with some confidence because of the goal margin. We already have 3 goal margin. So
Yeah.
that confidence would make them play. Otherwise, I tell you what,
Yeah.
these guys, they've come all the way from second qualifying round because they finished fourth in their league
Yeah.
the previous year.
Wow.
And so they've been in this conference league from the very start. They played
Wow.
the second qualifying round, third qualifying round, playoffs before they got into the group stage.
Wow.
And then they finished fifth in the group phase. And I think they've only lost one match at home before this time. So they are very good. Their match against Rapid, I think they lost 1-0 at home.
Yeah.
And then they went on to win away.
Yeah.
If not that, it is Chelsea we're talking about. So put all these factors in, should have really been worried. But Chelsea is Chelsea. We're going to the final, and that can't be compromised in any way. So we expect that they will come out. They won Ligue at home. Ligue won Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
So they can't be taken for granted. They can't be taken for granted at all. It's
Yeah.
football. It's 11 against 11.
Absolutely.
But I'm expecting
winners at the end of the day, which was, I think, the only loss we had in Conference League.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
spoiled the
my only,
record.
that's my only concern tomorrow. These guys are sitting. I will donate if you do a challenge. Wow. So what I'm trying to say is that we lost to Legia Wazo. Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Those guys stole the atmosphere from us, and we were like, wow. So a team from Poland came into England and give us such a problem. They get a win. They took away the atmosphere from us, which was unbelievable. So for me, I was thinking that tomorrow we absolutely need to be careful, to be honest, because at the end of the day, 4-1 can become nothing. You know what I'm saying? If we especially allow these guys to get there and score first in the first half, you know what I mean? So, and I just hope tomorrow won't be a replicant of what we saw against Legia Warsaw.
Yeah, in terms of whether we will lose the match, even if we that will happen, but even if that happens, I don't think it's going to go by 3. So being in the final, I think, is something that's sacrosanct. Chelsea will make it to the final, but a narrow loss cannot be ruled out. I'm telling you, not because these guys, like I said earlier, they lost their first match at home.
Yeah.
They went to Rapid Wien and they won 4-1.
Wow.
So they qualified the 4-1 aggregate in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So they are a team to actually be be worried about.
yeah,
They have a bad league form at the moment. I
yeah,
think they just back from their league.
yeah. They are sitting
Uh,
11th. They are sitting on
yeah,
11th on the table,
they
and
are they are the 11th. I
yeah.
think.
And their last game, just
Uh,
after Chelsea,
mm,
they draw 1-1. So yeah,
yeah, they have had a bad start to their season. I think 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, something like that.
yeah,
So they would want to enjoy the last game in
yeah,
Europe before they go out. They want to bow out, with their heads high. And I
yeah.
know they will come all out to for the traveling fans as well. You saw how, anybody that comes to Stamford Bridge will want to make
Yeah,
sure they enjoy themselves
yeah,
as much as
absolutely.
possible. So
Yeah,
they're going to come out, they're going to play, but it's left for Chelsea to silence them early. You go there, you don't play with them. You give them 2 quick goals, and then their body will calm down. So
absolutely. Yeah,
that is what I hope. And whichever team, like I said, that we put out there should be able to play Djurgarden very well and give us that victory. But it's not going to be easy. We can't rule out a narrow loss with Chelsea, but let us believe that the team will go out and also play for honor, because it's not enough to qualify to the final. You have to qualify to the final with high hopes, high
high
morale,
hopes. Yeah, I
and then
mean,
make sure that you send a message to
to
your
upcoming
opponents,
Premier League games,
because
Yeah,
also, if Chelsea goes to lose this match, the final, whether it's Fiorentina or it is what these other
Real
people,
Betis, Real
Real
Betis.
Betis,
Yeah,
they will have more confidence. And we
yeah,
don't want that. We want to let them know, look, the Conference League is for Chelsea.
yeah.
And so whoever is coming is just to come and collect certificate of participation, just like Arsenal does every season. So
Absolutely.
you are not you are not here to come and compete with Chelsea in the
Yeah,
final. We want to kill that ambition.
yeah, yeah,
So when they go out there, hit these people very well. Deal with them properly so that
yeah,
when your opponents see, they will know you take this competition seriously and you want to win it very well.
yeah,
So I'm hoping that we will have a good squad out there, despite the fact that the most likely Maresca will likely rest some key players
yeah,
ahead of our next league game.
yeah. Yeah, like you've just said, we need to kill the game early. To be honest, I myself was thinking that we can't toil around with any game at the moment. We have just 4 or 5 games to go. If we manage to qualify to the final, why do we have to? We need to finish the season. I mean, in the optimum best.
Yeah, on a high.
Especially for Maresca, he needs to finish the season in magnificent, I mean, form, so that the fans can support him going into the World Club Cup, and especially coming into next season. But if we go ahead tomorrow and don't do the right thing at the right time, I keep saying this, people don't understand that when you start a game, especially in Stamford Bridge, the hopes are high. We are in
Mhm.
the Stamford Bridge. We want to win every game. You know what I mean? But realistically, if you came short in first 5 minutes, and you allow the opponent to score you, you can't expect a big atmosphere anymore. So what you have to do for the fans at home is don't concede. Don't concede. If you don't score, don't concede. And that's how you're able to get the bigger atmosphere in the stadium. So,
Yeah.
but it won't be realistic tomorrow to see if we concede first. I'm confident that we're gonna concede tomorrow. To be honest, when you look at the way we
Yeah,
played,
they've
yeah,
got good
yeah,
players,
especially when you
who
look at
can
the past
go on.
record at Stamford Bridge, we've always conceded at home. I think the last 2 games that we didn't concede was against Leicester and Everton. We managed to win 1-0 for each games. We didn't concede. But apart from that, we're just that kind of a football club that always concede. And that's something,
You can almost place a bet on that.
yeah, that's something I'm very, very much worried about. Even if we get to the final, how do we manage not to concede? That's just a big question around it at the moment. Wow, how do we stop conceding? I don't know if you have anything to say about we keep
You
conceding.
know, it's down to that defense not being organized. I said it in the other day
Yeah,
that the guys need that coordination. The goalkeeper himself is not able to position his defenders most of the time. He doesn't reach out to them enough.
Yeah.
That is what I see, because good goalkeepers, part of the attributes of good goalkeepers is to be able to what? Shout at the defenders,
Yeah.
because you are seeing them.
Yeah.
You are behind them, you are seeing them. So if they are not well positioned, you help them. You organize the defense. That's the word. You organize the defense. So most of the time, if they pass all the defenders, then you know that you have to do your best.
Yeah.
Which once in a while, it shows that glimpse of hope that he is able to do his own best. But you need to organize the defense, and that is where the experienced heads are really lacking in Chelsea defense. That's why they concede.
Yeah.
And no matter how good a team, you saw how Baka was playing yesterday. And
Yeah.
at the end of the
Yeah.
day, those people that will say, look, once we have gotten this our winning goal, we're not letting any ball beyond that
Anybody to
point.
score. Yeah.
Most clubs now don't even have those defenders.
Yeah.
It's not only
Yeah.
Chelsea. It's not only Chelsea. That's why everybody just,
Yeah. I think.
and that's
Yeah.
and that's one thing that has helped Liverpool this season. Their
Yeah.
defense has been organized.
Yeah. hundred
You can
percent.
imagine that an entire season they've only lost by 2 goal margin only to Chelsea.
Imagine. Wow.
So that's how good that defense has been underrated. You understand? So that's what we're saying. Because what, they have one good head who, despite his age, is able to organize the other guys. Because once you have one good one, he's
Yeah.
able to organize the others.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when our old guys left and John Terry was still there, he was the one who steered the younger ones,
Yeah.
like Aspilicueta, to come up. Gary Cahill.
Yeah.
Gary Cahill was already experienced, but then he was still a young player
Yeah.
for his age when he joined Chelsea. So John Terry was able to coordinate those guys, and we had that steel defense
Hmm.
that we managed to use to win that league title before he left. So the club needs that experienced head, somebody who has established himself somewhere.
Yeah.
We can't find players from, we returned Chaloba from Crystal Palace loan. We got Tosin from Fulham. Look at our defense and where they've come from. Rhys James is experienced, but it's not always fit for us.
Yeah.
Look at Malagusto, the rest. So it's a young, inexperienced defense relatively.
Hmm.
So that's the thing. We need somebody. We need to go out to one of the big clubs, or even it can be a small club, but somebody who has been in the business for some time,
Yeah.
who can be trusted to
Yeah.
come and help these guys organize this defense, concede less. Because when the defense is good, the goalkeeper too faces less shots.
Less shots. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when he faces less shots, then his chances of keeping more clean sheets is higher.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, and that's the solution to keeping clean sheets. Otherwise, we're going to continue to concede. So for now, the season, there's nothing, no transfer can be done now. So we'll manage all the way through to the end of the season, and then I am still hoping that they will get one experienced defender to join the team. People talk about only striker. Yes, we need the striker, but if you don't concede, you also earn a point. And
Yeah.
this season, we've been in winning position severally,
Yeah.
but because we concede goals, you see, like Fulham, you take a lead, and then within the twinkle of an eye, you've
Yeah.
lost that lead. Bournemouth, so many
Bournemouth,
games.
same thing.
So we need to stop conceding.
Mm,
And to stop conceding, you need experienced defenders,
mm.
to help the team. And that is where, because if you look at our goals scored, even this season we have in the league is the 62 goals or so. That's among still among the highest.
Yeah,
But
of course.
we've conceded 10 goals more than Arsenal.
Wow.
And that is why Arsenal has won 18 games, Chelsea has won 18 games,
18
but
games as
Chelsea is
well. Yeah.
trailing
Yeah.
because we have considered 10 more goals. And each of those 10 goals, if you go and analyze it, the 10 extra goals, you see that they all were costing us 3 points, 1 point, 3 points, 1 point,
Wow.
like that. If
Wow.
you sum all of them, we would have been in a healthier position.
Mm.
Because, like December, we were the ones who were there to compete with Liverpool. And then we fell off. And despite falling off, because Arsenal is sorry to say, but a useless club. So,
There's no lie about it. There's no
despite
lie about it.
all the problems you
Yeah.
think all other clubs faced, everybody's back to the same pool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Arsenal is back competing on how to go to the Champions League from
Again.
second place to seventh
Wow.
place. So
Wow.
if Chelsea just did a little more
Therefore,
in their defense,
yeah.
we would have been in a healthier position. And I think they should really consider that,
Yeah.
because if you can win matches with one goal. Under
Absolutely.
Mourinho,
As
we
long
were
as
winning matches
yeah.
sometimes with one goal.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
once you have that one, you know the defense will not concede. That's a done match. Some
that's the
games you're only
done.
looking
Yeah,
for one goal,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like the Inter game yesterday.
Yesterday,
If it
just
were some
it took
managers like
just two
Mourinho, you
minutes.
go two up,
Yeah,
you that's a done game,
that's a done
So
game, man. You
so
Mourinho would
we
never
we
lose
we
a
need we
semi-final
need
in
we
three
need
games.
we need in as much as we need a striker and a goalkeeper, we also need a defender to
To
reduce
round
the
out
amount of
everything.
goals we concede.
Right. Let's quickly go into like what sort of starting XI are you expecting tomorrow? We know Maresca has released a conference today. No injury concern. He was even
Mm.
saying McGill can be part of the squad tomorrow. Who
I
knows?
would really have loved him to come back because he's on 6 goals.
Yeah.
The highest in the competition is now on 8.
Wow.
And 2 matches, which is this second leg and the final, would have been enough time for him to come back and get 3 goals to really
To really,
get that golden boot. It would have been lovely.
yeah,
So I was just looking at the stats today, and I would have been happy if he can make it.
yeah,
But I doubt he's fit enough to play a good part of the match. Maybe he will come and play some part of it, but I doubt he will be able to play some match. But definitely Tyreek George should start.
yeah,
I want him to even play for us in the Premier League. Is that good? I think
yeah.
so. Should give him an opportunity. Um, I think it's also since the manager likes to play Neto, on the
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
This is an opportunity for Madueke to step forward to play this game,
yeah,
on the right wing,
yeah,
which you have also always advocated.
yeah. Absolutely.
uh, I think Sancho haven't, come from the bench in the 2 previous games.
Yeah,
It's time he would step up and start this game.
yeah,
Uh, Enzo most likely should be resting.
yeah,
So Drisbury all
yeah.
uh, I don't know. Since it, it's it's seen as a low intensity game, so James probably.
At the
Uh,
CDM,
huh?
at the
Yeah,
CDM, right?
yeah, because that's what the manager is doing, which I don't subscribe to.
Yeah, I know.
I don't subscribe to it. Play these guys
A
where
lot, a
we have
lot of
we
people
have
doesn't
players
sus- a
where
lot of people
where we
doesn't
do not
subscribe
have
to it. Yeah,
yeah
a lot of
where
people
we do
doesn't
not
subscribe.
have a player available,
Yeah,
then an opportunity to look into the academy and get somebody there. Play the young players. After all, we are not in a good position in the Premier League. So if you want to, we have a good lead in this match in this fixture. So bring in some of the academy boys and play them there. We have some of them who are good.
yeah. We have
So
Omogu, we have
mhm,
Rasaki, and
mhm.
but I don't think
so
Maresca really trusts those boys enough. That's the problem.
so I think, of course, in goal, Jorgensen should come back,
Yeah,
and Cucurella is somebody who is very strong.
yeah.
Is
Injury free as well.
is he can play 3-4 games in a week.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I
Injury
think
free.
he'll be there to help coordinate the team.
Yeah,
But 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 I think at all costs, even if Casido plays a part, Enzo most likely might be rested all game.
yeah,
Kopama might just be on the what do you call it, on the sub in
yeah,
case it is going bad.
yeah. In
If it
case,
doesn't
yeah,
go bad, he
yeah.
shouldn't play.
It
He
shouldn't.
shouldn't
Yeah,
play. He should be
yeah.
rested so that we go all out in the league.
In the league,
So
especially
Enzo
Newcastle.
and Kupama, I trust Castillo to play 2 straight games without a problem. So if he wants to play him, that's fine. But Enzo and Kupama needs to be fit for our next game.
Yeah,
Jackson as well. So yeah, for once, if he's not going to play James, then bring in Malogus to let him come and play right back,
yeah,
so that prepare these boys for next season already. Every opportunity to play your preseason, start it from now, because
yeah.
next season, we are going to the Club World Cup,
Club World Cup
and
as well.
then there is not enough time. In fact, the Club World Cup will be like the preseason.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
once they come back, the league will be starting not too long. So they need to start giving the boys some opportunities to play
yeah,
and get used to the team. So would see how it goes. If McGill could come back, I think he should go straight into the attacking position, the striker position,
yeah. But
and
if not,
then
we've got Tariq George down there to strike.
yeah, if
To hold
McGill
on
is
the
going to
striking for
start,
us. Yeah.
then Madueke might as well be rested
Yeah.
or come in the second half. But if Tariq is going to come in, I mean, if Maggie is not able to start, then most likely Madueke would be starting alongside Sancho on the other flank.
Yeah.
That's what I
So
think.
let's quickly run this up. And what's your score prediction for tomorrow game? So from my
Ah,
own side, I'm expecting a very very big score tomorrow, especially when if we definitely have the right attackers in the front, like Noni Madueke, we know he's on fire now. It doesn't mess around, and the like of Tariq George and all these guys are fitting tomorrow. I'm expecting another 4 goals to 1. 4 goals to 1 tomorrow.
fair enough.
Yeah,
It can get to 4, but
yeah,
I would predict a 3-1 scoreline.
a 3-1 scoreline. Yeah. So thank you very much, everyone, for being locked in. I hope you enjoyed this section of match preview. We just want to round it up now because we know there's a big game coming up. Arsenal, PSG. People want to go over there to enjoy the game. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. I mean, you guys are so wonderful. Blues TV family, thank you so much. We're growing day by day. It's a gradual process, but we do really enjoy every support you guys are giving to us. And big shout out to the bar as well. If you are still locked in, don't forget to check up his YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Guys, support to follow at the bar as well. We are always there to bring you as much as enough content for you guys to enjoy. And thank you very much. We will see you on the next one. Peace.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And we have to put an eye on Tobias tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tobias Gulliksen, that is their key man. He's their
Yeah,
Cole Palmer.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
we must stop him from scoring tomorrow. He provided the
Absolutely.
assist in the last game. He's
Absolutely.
really that good.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. I'll see you on the
Hoping for a
next one.
good game and then a good night as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope Arsenal lose.
Oh, of course. 3-1 prediction for that one.
Yeah.
PSG 3, Arsenal 1.
Yeah. Let's go and have a look. Let's have a look with one eye and see what goes around.
Right.
All right. See you later, boss. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah.